Another tribe that called this area home are the Okolapisa, whose name in Choctaw language literally means guardian or sentinels. They were a border tribe and probably served as watchers for hostile parties around Lake Pontchartrain. They mostly lived along the Pearl River, but after 1700, they moved to Lake Pontchartrain on Bayou Castaigne and Chinchuba Creek, which means Alligator Creek, to escape the Chickasaw tribe that were backed by the British. After 1718, disease forced them to relocate just above New Orleans on the Mississippi. And by 1725, they returned to the North Shore due to constant warfare by the Chickasaw against the French and their native allies. It took its toll on the once powerful tribe. Now later, the Okolapisa faded away and merged with the Homans. An event takes place in Lacombe called the Blessing of the Graves that originated in the early days of the Roman Catholic Church, and it continues on an annual basis here on All Saints' Day. It's very similar to Dia de los Muertos in Mexico, with the lighting of candles, placement of flowers, and the remembrance of loved ones who have passed on. Some sources say that the French Catholics brought the custom from Europe. Others say it came through the Benedictine Fathers from St. Joseph's Abbey. According to 64 Parishes magazine, the pastor of Lacombe's Catholic Church will spend much of the afternoon every All Saints' Day visiting and blessing the community's many cemeteries, several of which are small and restricted to specific families. The practice concludes at or after sunset at La Fontaine Hilltop Cemetery, where graves are adorned with white candles. The people reverently light the candles at relatives' graves, and the entire ceremony is cast in a beautiful, picturesque glow as the priest makes his way through the cemetery, offering prayers as he sprinkles the grave sites with holy water. Still others vaguely fit the custom back to the old annual Choctaw Feast of the Dead. There's a couple written accounts that I found that describe the Feast of the Dead. Now, the ceremony would occur at sunset when the natives would go into the woods, build small fires, and they would sit and wail until about midnight. While all this was going on, 12 native women prepared the banquet at 12 open fires. At midnight, all would return from the woods and a banquet would be followed by ritual dances. It was said to be a beautiful yet very eerie experience. Another historic, notable feature of Lacombe is Fish Hatchery Road. Fish Hatchery Road has a tree that grew upside down and was in an issue of Ripley's Believe It or Not. And believe it or not, Lacombe was also the site of the Battle of Lake Pontchartrain. Now, this is the only naval battle between the British against American colonists and the Spanish during the American Revolution. You might have heard of it. Tons of history in this tiny Louisiana town that predates the United States. We couldn't bring you this information without your support on Patreon, and we'd like to thank all those who have already contributed and encourage anyone watching this video right now to consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/Louisiana Dread. For more Louisiana history, horror, folklore, and culture, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Kyle Crosby, and this is Louisiana Dread Quick History.